We lost
East.
We lost a great leader, and he was one of our entertainment boys. Remember, we contested for the entertainment prefectship, and I challenged him just with 5 votes, but our friendship began from there. We worked together. I can't say any other thing.
Yeah, he's so recent. That's so sad. That's quite unfortunate.
So sad.
That's life.
Yeah, that's life. We can't change it.
True.
Away from that, we had some action across the weekend and different leagues, but we still have to give you an update about the Luton captain. Luton FC today morning, they had to post on their social media pages informing all the fans that he is doing well, but still remains hospitalized with his family all around him. Luton's captain collapsed half dead during their game against Bournemouth, and he was rushed to the Bournemouth medical clinic at the Bournemouth Stadium. In fact, EDGAR, had it not been the quick response, these whites have quick response medical attention.
And God's intervention,
of course, divine intervention is key. He was saved, and now he's recovering, but remains
hospitalized. The quick response is also a key thing. I think these are reasons why these people are saying if we were to host the AFCON, we should have some of these good facilities around the pitch. You know, before we explain some of these things, we take them for granted.
Yeah.
We assume they are not there. But had it not been the quick response, I like that statement.
Yes,
those people have facilities.
Yeah.
Yes, God will come. But what about how exactly are you prepared?
How prepared?
You need this as first aid. You need this specialist, and it's not a matter of only equipments. Even these people are supposed to be special.
Yes, that's true. EDGAR, we lost Benjamin Nyakojo to an injury. I think it's ACL, the action crucial ligament injury. EDGAR, you should have seen Benjamin struggle at Buhimba Stadium when they were playing a game in the FUFA drum. You should have heard Benjamin cry when he got his bone fractured, and it took almost 30 minutes before he was evacuated from the injury scene. EDGAR, that was a national league game. You know, there's that FUFA drum league whereby provinces play against each other, whereby a team can travel from Lango to Fort Porto, EDGAR, to play a football game representing their provinces. We had Benjamin Nyakojo cry for 30 minutes before he was taken into an ambulance, which came without even a single Panadol.
Our ambulances, there's someone who told me that our ambulances here are just like pickups.
EDGAR.
There's nothing inside. There's even no medical personnel. There's just a driver.
But good enough, Benjamin, after
most
all
of them,
time,
not every ambulance, but most of them.
Good enough, Benjamin was rescued. He received some medical attention from Bimba Hospital, and now he has come back to his feet. He now walks slowly without the pandas. You know these clutches.
And he plans to go back to soccer.
His plan is maybe playing again, but he was given an ultimatum of 8 months before he even kicks the ball. That's something to do with injuries and preparedness to curb the outcome.
Quite unfortunate.
Away from that, Atieno, one of the Chitende St. Mary's boys who represented Uganda in the CAF Schools Championships, received his gong last evening, and he was the best player of the tournament. Atieno, he was the best player of the tournament in the CAF Schools Championships, which were taking place somewhere in Kenya, and we are preparing actually to go to South Africa for the CAF Schools Championships, that is for the Africa. Now that was for region, the East Africa. Chitende and Kawempe Muslim took lead of all those games, and they were the champions. Kawempe Muslim for the side of ladies, and St. Mary's Chitende for the boys. Now yesterday they were giving out those prizes. They were giving out those gongs, the awards for the best performers of the tournament. So Atieno, we should have had his picture play. I think producer Nyanzi, if you can play Atieno's picture, people should see that. Away from that, if you don't play that, let's go as it comes. FIFA today, as early as midnight, has released the list. That's not actually the real picture, but that picture came in from Green Park. Actually, another picture comes in from Chibuli game, which you are seeing. That comes in from Chibuli, the game that Chibuli took a lead against South African representative, winning them 3-0 in badminton. That means Uganda is doing well in every aspect of sport when it comes to secondary school games. EDGAR, Chibuli retained the leadership in this game after winning for the second time, becoming the champions of East Africa, especially in badminton. We say congratulations to Chibuli. But we were talking about the referees. EDGAR, FIFA, as early as today morning, it was I think 5 minutes past midnight, released a list of Ugandan referees who have been promoted for that FIFA badge. EDGAR, you know how precious it is to be a FIFA referee. We have 24 in number. 24 referees. We have only 2 new referees. We shall give you that list, but I still have to give you an update away from that. Last evening we had the toughest fixtures in the Green Park Premier League, EDGAR. We saw the Heat events. They have that Heat Events Football Club, and they are playing in the Green Park Premier League. They were in control of things at the Green Park Stadium, whereby they beat Ronif Electronics 1-0 in a tight contested game. It's by the way, EDGAR, when we talk about Heat and Ronif, it's also a derby. But we have one of the toughest derbies that I will tell you about that also happened last evening. But the Heat Events managed to win through one of their prolific players, and who assisted, it's Pato. If you know Pato, he's the proprietor of the Heat, and he created lots of chances. We had pictures coming in from that game, the Heat goal. It was one of a kind that everybody never expected, because it came at the time when this game was so tight in the last minutes. In the last minutes of the game, EDGAR, we have seen these things happen in our local leagues, and especially when it comes to that ending time. Some of the teams that are leading, they are always panicking. They are always nervous about taking that lead, EDGAR. We saw pictures coming in for that goal, the Heat goal. It will come, it will be playing. But we also had another game that was one of the tightest. The Gist Band was actually taking on Eddie Suits. Eddie Suits is the leader on the table, EDGAR. But you should have seen them struggle against the Gist Band, who were actually coming from Ibanda. They were during the weekend. They were in Ibanda for a number of games for both ladies and the boys. But when they came, they put up a tight contest against Eddie Suits, who are the table leaders in the Green Park Premier League. But we saw Eddie Suits struggle to get that almost 39th minute, and in that game, the Gist took control. However, Eddie Suits were playing under pressure. Being the table leaders, they never wanted to lose. That's the Eddie Suits team as they were warming up towards that game. You should have seen the mood in that camp. They were very happy. They expected maybe an easy win. Yeah. They thought it would be an easy win.
It became tough along the way.
Oh my man! You should have seen Coach Faiz almost trying to run away. Coach Faiz almost escaped from that stadium, because from the first minute up to the last minute, they had to play their hearts out, EDGAR. They got that goal. It was not even intended. Those are the pictures, part of the game. That was part of the game. As Gisban took an early lead, then Eddie Suits had to equalize in the dying minutes. But Eddie Suits, they displayed kind of indiscipline. They were almost fighting here and there. They received a number of yellow cards, but the referee was too lenient, gave out 2 yellow cards and never sent out somebody. EDGAR, it was a tight game. Away from that, we can guarantee you that Mbara City is going to play Chitala tomorrow. One of EDGAR's best fixtures. His favorite fixture is coming tomorrow.
I think that's the game I've been waiting for.
Yeah, Mbara City's next game.
I think I have a show later on at night tomorrow.
I will first go to Kache.
No, I will first go to Kache.
Oh, you first.
And then go back home later for the show.
EDGAR,
I'm dying.
Have you bought a jersey?
For
Mbara City?
I have the one for
that's
the new jersey for Mbara City.
Yeah,
the one for this season.
The one for this season, and it's now on market.
Matthias,
no, this time I've actually seen a list of revised prices. There's that one of 50 and 30. Yeah, I've seen a revised list. Today morning, I actually happened to visit their page, and they have released different jerseys. There's another one, Mbarara City jersey too. It's actually kind of white and blue. So these jerseys, yeah, that's the one. That is Dada. If you guys know Mbarara City players, that's Dada. And the one that came first was Saidi Arigumao. But these jerseys are now at 30 and 50 EDGAR for the affordability of fans, so that fans can afford to put on these jerseys. Let's support Mbarara City in any way that we can. Yeah, EDGAR, if we buy these jerseys, that's where the team can get at least money to buy some water, money to buy some medical. Yeah, the team has. Let me tell you, EDGAR, things to do with teams which are owned by people, like individuals. People struggle a lot. These players struggle a lot. You should have seen some time. Yes, that's true, EDGAR. But I'm friendly to these boys. If you find some of these boys in town looking for cheaper tea and cheaper food stuff. No, not EDGAR, not really. I think they can be tired of the food in the camp. You cannot eat posho and beans today. You eat G-nuts and posho tomorrow, G-nuts and posho the next day. EDGAR, you should see these boys. You should meet some of these boys. Away from that, we can confirm that the list of Ugandan referees is out, and
just give us that list of the Ugandan referees, and we get to tackle referees. Some of these people, we might be even knowing some.
Yeah, FIFA referees list is here. Our police should play that picture, and we happen to peruse through. But I can as well read for you through. You know some of these middle male referees, or what we call center referees. You guys, you guys don't know what it takes to become a center referee, especially recognized by FIFA with that FIFA badge. We need to respect these guys, EDGAR. However, they also it has to be considered.
Senegal versus South Sudan.
So
you have to also have that
fitness, EDGAR,
and you have to
fitness levels have to be high.
Commanding
language, that Colina, very tough. Instructive. That is about the referees.
The center referees
now.
Those abilities that.
Now we have Ali Sabila Chelengat Mashud. That guy is one of the toughest. I think FIFA has been fair for that.
Our producer, what is the list for the referees? I think we should
referees get that list. It's there. It's going
for to referees.
Yeah. We also have Sally William Oloya. Normally.
Amanyo Gaurira.
Yeah. Those are the
tough people from
very tough from the north. If you happen to see those people, EDGAR, you will meet.
But being a center referee is not an
easy task, EDGAR. It's one of the
very
most
tough.
toughest.
You have to not to fear the supporters, but at the same time, you have to be very mature enough to make sense.
You have to be knowledgeable.
So that you balance the game.
Yes, you must be knowledgeable. At times, the players can do some fake things on the pitch to get their opponents booked, and at times, players can behave in an easy manner. EDGAR, some players are actually bad behaved. I just can't tell. I will talk about that later, EDGAR, when it comes to some of our Mbarara City players here. EDGAR, no. Still on that referees list, we have Razake Kasalire and George Olenu. That's one of actually the top rankings that we have in the referees. When you become a center referee recognized by FIFA, that means you're one of the top performers in the refereeing section. Away from that, we have male assistant referees. We have Ronald Katenya, Hakim Mulindwa, Emmanuel Okudra, and Timothy Gumisiriza. This guy, I told you about Timothy some time back.
Timo?
Yeah. He had to shift all the way from Mbarara.
Timona was a FIFA badge.
Yes, to go to Kampala, spend there 1 year, train as he studies so that he can acquire this badge.
But
Timothy has actually worked for this. But we need to caution. He's moderate. No, he's moderate. We start from
there's a way he used to
we start from that 5'2" inch, the feet, 5 feet and 2 inches.
I think.
Keko is a bit taller now. Yeah. Now, we can confirm that Timothy Gomisiza, one of our boys from our land, has actually acquired that badge. We also have Kurusigarira Branson and Musisi. Then we also have Ashraf Kateriga. Those are the male assistant referees. For futsal, we have had Brian Emi Nsubuga and Isaac Sengendo. Then for beach soccer, we have Ivan Chintbaige. This guy has been actually selected by CAF to be one of the stadium instructors across Africa. He's on that committee that inspects the stadium in Africa, Ivan Chintbaige Edgar. But he went through the ranks. He actually rose through the ranks using that side of beach soccer. Edgar, beach soccer is one of our best so far.
People perform very well.
People perform very well. And we have actually got players from beach soccer, Edgar, who cross to football and they have performed well. An example is John Revita of KCC. He crossed from beach soccer. We also had some other player who he went for KCC, then Gaddafi. He has always moved with Coach Waswabosa. I don't know why he did not come to Mbara this time. That is Godfrey Resibawa, Edgar, that guy. He has always moved with Waswabosa, but I don't know why he did not come to Mbara. We also had somebody coming in there as Joel Chot Munyendoch. Man, these guys, the tough ones anyway. But females under referees, we have had Shamira Nabada Habiba. We normally call her Keiko. Do you remember one of the times when she gave out the cards and the whistle to Dr. Lawrence Murindo at St. Mary's Stadium Chitende, when Dr. Lawrence was actually complaining that Keiko was actually doing something against his team? She's one of the toughest, I must admit. She gave out the card and the whistle to Dr. Lawrence. Since then, her life changed. Since that game, Edgar, Keiko's life has changed. I am telling you that.
But
anyway.
She's a down to earth.
Yeah. We have also Naigaga
Keiko.
and Diana Murunji, one of our own, Diana Murunji. She is now recognized. That tells you we have rose to the aspects, Edgar. The Western Uganda has now had representatives on the national level and international level. We have now Shamira, Diana Murunji, Timothy Gumisiza, and so far we think we are good to go as Western Region. Female assistant referees, we have Lydia Nantabo, Wanyama, Jen Mutoni, Elizabeth Nasoro, and Immaculate Ongirela. Those are the names you can even hear, Edgar. Away from that, we have had nominations coming in for the female player of the month and male player of the month, as well as coach of the month, Edgar, in the sometimes Uganda FUFA Premier League. UPL player of the month, we have had nominations coming in there from Solitio Bright Stars, and he is a goal poacher, the goal hunter. That is none other than Nelson Senkatoka. This guy scored 7 goals in his last 10 games, Edgar. He is a true goal poacher, Nelson Senkatoka. One of our prolific strikers. I just don't know why he has not been summoned for the national team in the recent days, but he is ever on form every season. A man who produces more than 7 goals every season, Edgar, he's actually not recognized. I just don't know why. We have Alex Chisata of Bull. He's one of the players on form this season. Like we saw Bale for SCV last season. Now Alex Chisata for Bull is becoming a topic. Alex Chisata for Bull is becoming a topic. Ronald Sechiganda for SCV is one of the top performers, scoring 5 goals in his last 8 games, Edgar. We think now SCV is good to have one of a player like that. Last season, they had Bali, who scored 15 goals for the season. Now, they have had Ronald Sechiganda, who is so far on 5 anyway. We think he's going to do better. Away from that, we have the list of the coaches. If we can talk about the coaches who have done well, a good job for November, Edgar, it has to be Leonardo Neiva for Vipers. This guy has made things change. He has turned the tables around because Vipers was not performing in the last month. You remember in October, they were kind of struggling. But when it came to November, they at least won every game at home. And you remember when they beat URA under floodlights, that was one of their convincing wins because URA seemed to be tough. And giving us results in a game like that, Neiva needs to be considered when it comes to that. Bogere Abech Komeko, that guy of Bull, he has transformed Bull also from the 4th position last season, where he was by this time, and now to the top of the table by this time, by the number of games that have actually been played. This guy deserves also some consideration. Away from that, Dusan Stanovic, this guy who happens to take the helm at SC Via. SC Via also is now one of the contenders of the league. Yeah, I can confirm, Edgar, that those are the contenders of the Uganda Times Football Premier League this season, and we shall always have those nominations every after the end of the month.
Thank you very much, Jasper. Thank you very much for watching. Happens to be the Blade Sports. We do this every other single day from 7:30 to 8. Our brother Jasper will coming back at exactly 3 p.m. to give you the latest news as far as sports is concerned in the sports zone. As far as I'm concerned, we'll take a break. When we return, the Morning Blades continues with me, Edgar. Good morning.